increased my sales drastically. I almost closed nearly 1 mil sales in just 2 months. Nearly 1 mil, 980k closed. And the customer paid me 100%. They know when they give money, they can sleep well. The goods will come there as per the sample. So this is how we build trust. We build relationship, and until now they are still buying it from me. Our company is very transparent, because the first thing a customer will want to research about you is in Google. So Google, when everything is there, that's first level of confidence. When it comes to big value, the customer is still scared. So we give them whatever documents they need. They can check with the embassy. Every country has Malaysian embassy, so you can check there. So this is how we build relationship, we build confidence and all that. And our transaction fluctuates also, because the biggest was 1 mil, then gradually 1 month 0.5 mil, then second month probably 800k, and then things like that. It will. But most important thing is you have a repeat sales. We are very confident because we want repeat sales. We don't want one transaction, that's it, bye bye, is no point. We must have a repeat sale. That's what KWA and Alibaba is helping us. When the exposure is high, a lot of customers are seeing your product. When they see your product, they will click on your product because they might need it. When they need it, they will look into you. You must be a bit competitive also, because we are not selling a product, we are selling raw material. So raw material has to be little bit cost efficient, but not too much. Because if they are looking for very cheap products, they can go to different countries which they know they can get it cheap. But here we look at quality products, at the same time reasonable price. So these two, when we match together, customer is willing to try. Keyword advertisement will push your product in the first page. Make sure the exposure is there, that's first. Second, the product quality, the picture quality you have. So when the customer is confident, when they see the product, they will click your product. Then they access to you. The first thing is you must respond to them fast. Design is very important. It has to look very presentable. Products are good, pictures are good, that's one. Second, RFQ. RFQ, before I started KWA, RFQ was helping me also. So RFQ is a must. This is my kind advice to all the business owners. For my success, I make sure Alibaba I handle. Because all inquiries has to go through the owners, because owners want business. If you give it to your staff, sometimes there might be delay in replying customers. Sometimes there might be delay in communication. The third thing is sometimes they might not take decision fast, because customers want decision fast. Give me the price. What is the freight cost? When can you send the sample? So these questions, if you throw to them fast, they are very convinced. So I suggest business owners, make sure you deal first. Then once the deal is success, then you can pass it to your staff. Without Alibaba, it's very hard for you to access overseas customers. All the manufacturers, Malaysian manufacturers, Malaysian trading companies take this opportunity to get yourself registered with Alibaba, get yourself registered with Market. You see, we have an excellent government. Our government is giving us so much of grants to promote our Malaysian products. So Malaysian manufacturers, trading companies have to take this opportunity to get yourself registered with Market. Then you are entitled for the grant. Use that grant to apply for Alibaba.
All right. Hi, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Before we start, can you all hear me? If yes, please reply +1 in the comment section. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, William. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Jeannie. Okay. So once again, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our webinar today. So my name is Justin, and I will be your moderator for today. So our webinar main objective is to help Malaysian SME to grow their business online and find export business opportunity in the global market. So our topics for today is how to catch big fish in the global blue ocean. So in today's webinar, you are able to know how to manage B2B overseas buyers, orders and inquiries. And then the second one will be tips on how to connect and build relationship with potential buyer, B2B buyer, overseas buyer. And then potential countries buyers data for your industry to find out your business opportunity. And then the last one will be the secret ways successful sellers are using to connect with your potential buyer around the world. So without further ado, let me introduce the speaker that we have today. So our first speaker for today is Nicole. She is the director of Ying Chun Shenzhen Berhad. So hi Nicole, you can unmute yourself and say hi to all the audience.
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Hi Nicole. So thank you, Nicole. So our second speaker for today will be Alicia. She is the marketing manager for GFP Food Shenzhen Berhad. Hi, Alicia.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, thank you, Alicia. So Miss Nicole and Miss Alicia will be sharing with us their export experience on the e-commerce platform in the first section later. Okay. So our third speaker for today is Mr. Andrew Wong. He is the Alibaba.com channel partner Malaysia. He has been with Alibaba.com as senior channel manager for many years. He has years of experience in export, global trading, retail, e-commerce, and business development for IT products in Western Europe. Today, he has successfully assisted the Malaysian channel partners in supporting clients to grow their business on Alibaba.com. So, hi, Mr. Andrew.
Hi, Justin. Good morning, everyone.
Hi. Okay. So, thank you, Andrew. So, we will also be taking questions from the audience. So, any concern or queries you have on today's topic and discussion, please submit them in the Q&A section below, and our speakers will try to answer as many questions as possible. And last thing is there will be a special bonus for all of you who joined today. So make sure you stay until the end. Okay, so now let's start our webinar with Nicole and Alicia. Okay, so hold on, let me try my screen. Okay, so hi Nicole, hi Alicia. So now we'll be sharing session based on your experience. So we will have some question for you. Okay, so the first question will be what makes you decided to start your business on Alibaba.com? I think Nicole have first.
Okay, basically, I am the second generation in this business. My father started with Alibaba.com, I think almost 20 years ago. And I think he is one of those pioneers where Alibaba wasn't even famous then. It wasn't really as popular as now. No one have actually heard of Alibaba, but then I guess he has the foresight that he decided to join, and right now at this 2022, I mean, no one wouldn't know who Alibaba.com or what Alibaba.com is. To me, is I'm very fortunate. Like I say, I'm the second generation. So when I decided to be in his business 6 years ago, I've really benefited from all the facilities, from all the keywords advertising provided by Alibaba.com. And I just have to adapt to the ever-changing Alibaba.com because their system keep on evolving. Yeah.
That's great. That's a good start. So how about Alicia?
Hi, good morning. Actually, my boss decided to join Alibaba 4 years ago by referral. So her friend recommend her to join Alibaba. So before that, we just focus on local market only. So during that time, my boss want to diversify the business lah, like to overseas market. So we decided to join. At that time, also we obtained the HACCP certificates. So we think it's a good advantage for us to do the exports. So another main reason because is we join because of Alibaba. They have a lot of traffic, and it is a trusted platform for us. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Thank
that time we joined as a gold supplier.
Oh, I see, I see. So there's a good start for both of you. So it's very good. So let's go to the second question. So what are the features on Alibaba.com that you feel is the most helpful on getting inquiries? So I think this is a question is very common to all of the attendees here. So I think everyone would like to know about it. So maybe we start with Alicia this time.
Okay. So the most special feature on Alibaba is actually the keywords, keywords analysis, and also the keywords for the product posting. So because whatever we sell, we can decide what type of keywords we want to put, and also we can analyze the keywords traffic based on the trend. So for example, for my case, right, we are selling the bubble tea products. So we realize like during the MCO, the boba pearls is very high in demand. So we decided to go for the keywords to gain more traffic. So second one is the Alibaba have the verified logo for seller, and also sometimes for like they have the verified seller, they have show some logo is a trusted one.
Right?
Yeah. And also sometimes I communicate through the Ali supplier, so I can see some of the buyer, the inquiry, they are the trusted buyer. Yeah, so I can verify whether it's a spam or a really trusted buyer. So other than that, we can use the market trend to know which type of product is in demand now, and I can get the data analytics to know which inquiry come from which country. So, and also our product performance, the score, the product posting score. Yeah, that's all.
I see. There's a lot of feature and benefit which mentioned by you, Alicia.
Yeah.
So how about Nicole?
I guess my answer will be very similar to Alicia. And I think to us, the main features will be the KWA, the advertising, which is also similar to the video you played earlier on, that the owner of the business keep on stressing that KWA is one of the main features that help us to get lots of inquiries daily. It's not just like once a month or maybe once a week, but it's actually daily. Yeah, you have inflows of inquiries. It's just very amazing.
Yeah. So keyword advertising, for all of your information, keyword advertising, which is a feature in Alibaba.com, which also can boost your awareness, your shop branding lah. Basically, it's a branding awareness feature for you all. Okay. So this is the second question, and then for the third question will be, what action have you done to attract buyers and increase your inquiry on Alibaba.com? So I think, can we start with Nicole?
The actions that we need to do every day will be definitely been recommended by the Alibaba.com tech team again, where we have to follow the ratings that is given by Alibaba. You do all the 5 steps. Number 1 will be to upload your product regularly. I think this is very important. As time goes by, we have new products, but if we do not upload the new products, then the buyers will keep on looking at our old items. And to reply at the inquiries promptly. I guess if you can, you try to reply before, every 12 hours, that's the max you can give the lead time between an inquiry and your reply. So the faster you reply, because buyers, they are just very impatient. They just want to know, they want to have your reply when they have an inquiry. And of course, like to me, is whether spam or not inquiries is not so important as long as you actually reply them promptly. And also, lastly, is to do RFQ. Go to the RFQ Market, which is also a unique feature of Alibaba.com, that you can search all kind of items that buyers around the world are looking for, and try to quote them. Try to quote the RFQ as much as possible. Yeah.
Yeah, so reply your inquiry as soon as possible. This is advice from Nicole. So how about Alicia?
Hi. Okay, so my answer will be quite similar to Nicole also. Yeah, also as advised by my consultant Chaisha. So she mentioned also the number of posting, product posting is very important. You have to be at least 100, and also the product posting have to perform well, and also include the details and description, everything inside, the proper image and proper video. And also the product name, we need to include the keywords. I remember Alibaba gave me the formula how to do the title, the keywords. Like if your product is halal certified, you can put halal, and then what type of thing, and then the packing, and then what is the unique selling point of your product, the title.
Yeah.
And another main point is reply the inquiries as soon as possible. So every morning I will reply around 8:30. So before I knock off, I will reply around 5:30. So try to reply as soon as possible. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. So I think for Alibaba.com, product posting and the response rate is very is the thing that will affect your inquiry rates. So this is the tips from Nicole and Alicia. Thank you for your answer. And then let's go to the next one. Can you share where your buyers come from after joining Alibaba.com? Maybe we start with Alicia first.
Yeah, my buyer, because our product are halal certified, right? Most of our inquiry and buyer from Middle East, and also come from Maldives, and also Southeast Asia countries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it is because of the shipping cost also, like it's cheaper for them, for the nearby country.
Okay, so how about Nicole?
For us, our products are mainly food and beverage. So I guess there's no parts in the world that do not require food, do not require beverage. So basically, if you ask me which part of the world, I would say every part of the world, as long as they have access to internet. So that's how amazing Alibaba is again, right, Justin?
Yeah, Nicole, it's very good. You throw back the question to me. Okay, so thank you for your answer. And then, how long does it take to close the sales from Alibaba.com? I think it's very subjective for both sellers here. So let's start with Alicia first.
For my case, right, we are also selling the food and beverage lah. So we need at least 2 months to close the deal. So starting with the inquiry first, after that I will send the sample to the customer, and then I will follow up with the customer, what is their requirement, the MOQ, the pricing and the certificate. And then after that, when they decided to place order, so I will book the shipment. I think the lead time is around 1 month. So after they receive the shipments, is already after 1 month. So after that, I will follow up again with them. So at least the time frame is at least 2 months.
2 months. All right.
Yeah.
So how about Nicole?
For us, it's slightly different. The reason is because we are not just supplying new products which are new to some of the markets that we serve. So the speed of closing a sale can be as fast as a week. or even within 3 days. It really very much depends on the urgency from the buyer side. So frankly speaking, it can also be months, just like what Alicia said. The reason is because sometimes this buyer, when they come to you the first time, they haven't made a decision. They just want to test the market. They just want to know the rate or the quotation. Yeah. Then they might change their mind in a month later. They will come and look back for you. They will go back to the Alibaba inquiries and they will search for you. And then the sale might come back in a month's time or even 2 months' time. So I guess the rate of closing your sales, if you ask me, I don't think it's so important, but it's more important for the buyer to remember you. So when they want it, they will come back to you. So again, Alibaba is again very amazing. Whenever when they search for something, your name will come out again.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Nico, and thank you, Alicia, for this answer. And then the next question will be, have you applied for any government grant support? Maybe we start with Alicia first.
Yes, we applied the e-trade grant from Market before for the membership to join the Gold Supplier. I think it's around 8K, right?
5K, the e-trade grant is 5K. Yeah.
5K, yeah. So it waive for the Gold Supply is 8K, so it waive 5K. The balance is 3K we need to pay. Yeah, and also during the MCO, I also applied for the KWSP, the keyword advertising grant from Market also. That one quite a lot. Yeah, during that time we received a lot of inquiry. I think the keyword advertising is 3 months, around 3 months. So we received a lot of inquiries from different countries, Europe or North America and South America. So I think it's important you have to utilize the grant from the government.
Yes.
Yeah.
How about Nicole?
I totally agree with Alicia about utilizing the grant from the government because the fund is there. If you don't apply, then the fund will just be there. So I guess one thing good about Pampages Trinity is they actually help assist us to get the grant. So we managed to get the grant from Market as well for the e-trade, for the KWA, and therefore I feel that by using the grant for KWA, it really helps to boost your business a lot. Yeah. Thanks to Pampages Trinity.
Wow. Thank you, Nicole. Okay, so we go to the next question. I think the last one already. Any tips or advice that you would like to share to the audience today? Maybe we start with Nicole first.
Yeah, I guess as what I usually tell my friends, attend all the trainings provided by Alibaba.com. I would say for the last 2.5 years during the COVID-19 pandemic, Alibaba.com has been organizing a lot of Zoom webinars, trainings, and these are all free of charge. So spend time to attend all these free webinar or trainings because it really helps you a lot to understand how Alibaba works. I mean, you can pay for KWA, you can pay for product optimization, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, it's good to know how it works. So attending all these free webinars and trainings will make you be more knowledgeable in that. Then, of course, there's also one thing is very important is work together with the technical team of Pampages Trinity that also work together with Alibaba, because this technical team, they know what's best for your trade, to get more inquiries. And of course, lastly but not least, never stop learning. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, thank you, Nicole, for your advice. And then how about Alicia?
I agree with Nicole. Yeah, I joined a lot of training from Alibaba, and also sometimes I'm not really sure. I don't understand how the operation. I'll ask Chai Xia, also my consultant. Yeah. So for my case, right, for those in the F&B industry, right, I would suggest that they have to get some certificate lah. Therefore, they want to export to overseas country. At least they can get like the MST or HACCP certificate, so it's easier for them to do the export lah. Because the food product, they need a lot of like some quality assurance or requirement. So after they get the HACCP cert, so it's easier for them now. They can apply for health cert or any cert to do the export.
Yeah, thank you. So, very thank you for Alicia and Nicole for your sharing all the experience and all the tips. So, before we end this session, I think today our audience here a little bit shy, so I can see only one question in the Q&A section. So now we are entering the Q&A section. So before we pass the Andrew, I think we'll go through the Q&A section first. So we only have one question, I think, for both of you lah. So if let's say you have any question for audience, if you have any question, you can still insert into the chat box here. So the first question is, can I know how many countries have you exported since joining Alibaba.com, and is it can increase a lot in the company's sales revenue? So I think this question need to pass to Nicole first.
Frankly speaking, if you ask me to name how many, I can name, but I can't remember all. It's basically everywhere around the world, like I said, as long as they have internet access. And whether is it really going to increase the sales revenue, I think it's always a chicken and egg question. If you don't pay, you don't invest, you will not be able to see your sales coming in. So in this life, I would say it's not only in Alibaba. A lot of things is going to do with chicken and egg. You need to invest in order to see your sales coming in. Then only will you be convinced. Even for us saying all this here, if you never try, you will never know. Yeah. That's my answer.
All right, that's a very good and solid answer from Nicole. Then how about Alicia?
For me, yeah, definitely you get the overseas inquiries lah. So it depends on you how you close the sales. Yeah, but the setting up the platform, you have to be at least like 3 months. You get to know, you upload everything, you get familiar with the platform. But at least you try, you invest. So you got a lot of exposure. So the overseas, the client, people know you, people saw you before on Alibaba. So maybe they may get familiar with you. They are trusted with your brand also. Yeah, so I think this one is a really good investment. So I think just now I saw the slide, the story. It's good for the business owner to join the training to understand how the platform works, because they are the owner. They understand the product and the service more. So if they directly deal with the inquiry, the customer, so they will reply it very promptly and also better service.
Yeah, thank you, Alicia. Actually, there's another question from Christine. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention the name, Christine, who asked the question just now. She also asking, after getting HACCP cert, when need to apply other cert based on buyer requirement, and is the process long? I think this question is for Alicia, because that's how you voice out regarding the HACCP cert.
After getting the HACCP cert, so for our case, right, HACCP cert is quite good enough. If you want to upgrade, you have to go like ISO 22000. So the process is quite long because we need to set all the documentation. After the documentation, you need to go through the audit. Yeah, audit by from CRIM for any other organization. But the HACCP cert is good enough. So when you do the export, you don't have to do the lab test. You just get the health cert from the KKM. Yeah, that's all. So you don't have to spend so much money doing the lab test for a product. Yeah, but I would suggest HACCP cert is good enough lah. But if you want to go higher, it's no harm. It's good for you to, if you want to aim for like big MNC like KFC or McDonald's, they definitely require a higher certificate. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Alicia. So I think this is the answer for. I hope Alicia answered your question, Christine. So before we introduce Andrew, I think there's one question already, I think, for Andrew. I think this one is quite suitable for Andrew lah. Okay. So this question is from Sadika Prem. And then she is asking, is it really relevant to use Alibaba.com for niche industry? So Andrew, I think this question is for you.
Okay, actually, yeah. So hi everyone again. So before my sharing, then already get questions from me, and I think that's quite good. So actually, under Alibaba.com, we have more than 30 main industry. So for example, as Nicole's industry, food and beverage is one of the main industry. Then we also get like agriculture, beauty and personal care. So in this kind of main categories, then we have already get like more than 30. The exact number should be 34 if I remember correctly. So and under each kind of like the main category, for example, food and beverage, then we will get like the confectionery, like the candies and a lot of subcategories. So in total, within Alibaba.com, then we have get more hundreds of industry. And under each kind of these categories or industry, then we have a lot of product listing and selling on Alibaba.com. So from my point of view, no matter which industry you are, only if your product is safe and allowed to sell, like it's not like weapons, it's not drugs, it's not something, then we cannot sell it on Alibaba.com. Then Alibaba.com would be the right platform for you to do the exporting.
All right. Thank you, Andrew, and sorry for the suddenly killing. Okay, so once again, thank you, Alicia and Nicole, for answering those questions and share your information just now. So, if audience, whoever joining in today, if let's say you have any question for Alicia and Nicole later, you all can leave in the chat box. So, thanks again, Alicia and Nicole. So without further ado, let me pass it to Andrew. He will be sharing some industry data, e-commerce features that can help you all to connect with your with your overseas buyers. Okay, so Andrew.
Thank you, Justin, and thank you again, Nicole and Alicia. I think it's a really like impressive interview, and actually, because I listened to your interview also carefully, and I'm really like impressed because previously I also talked to so many customers like our members on Alibaba.com in Malaysia, and actually I find one of the key like they have a common point, which from all of the successful or the customer which is like obtaining orders from Alibaba.com is that they did spend a lot of time and efforts on Alibaba.com, like checking the inquiries every day, like updating the product posting frequently, and like spending a lot of time replying the messages from the buyers. And actually, I think your effort is the key to the success on Alibaba.com. If you don't put any time and effort and just wait the buyers to directly order from your store, then that would not be possible, not only in Alibaba.com, but also in other e-commerce platform or even in your offline retail store. So actually this is the same. So like the business is always not easy. And then as a boss, as a business owner, then we have to like put a lot of things and keep learning, like as Nicole mentioned. All right, good morning again, and it's really my pleasure to have this kind of presentation and sharing with our Malaysian customers and clients. And my name is Andrew Wong, and I'm located in China, Alibaba.com headquarters. So I'm the channel partner manager of Malaysia, and I have been cooperating with Trinity, one of our most experienced channel partner in Malaysia for some years. And then today my sharing topic would be like the new possibilities, better access to global trade with Alibaba.com. All right, so my menu would be the first of all introducing Alibaba Group and Alibaba.com, like what is the difference from this Alibaba and Alibaba.com. And then the second one, I would like sharing some buyer portrait and like who is exactly buying some products on Alibaba.com and what kind of like the industry insights on Alibaba.com. And then the third point would be some tips, like how we can obtain some orders from Alibaba.com and get some inquiries. So when we are mentioning Alibaba, I don't think this is a strange name for our Malaysian customer. So actually, Alibaba.com right now, this is one of the world's largest retail commerce company in the world. So we are founded in 1999, and our founder is Mr. Jack Ma, and then he founded Alibaba Group with another 18 students of his. So he was an English teacher before, and then he have an e-commerce stream. So that's why we have Alibaba.com right now. Until today, for Alibaba.com, we have served more than 960 million consumers on our platform, including Taobao, Tmall, Alibaba.com, and also like Lazada and other e-commerce platform. So we have our core commerce for the Alibaba Group. This is like Taobao, Tmall, for the China domestic B2C e-commerce. And then we also have like the AliExpress, Lazada for the overseas B2C e-commerce. As for B2B, then we have Alibaba.com. This is like an international platform. And then we also have the 1688.com. This is for China domestic B2B platform. And besides our core commerce, the e-commerce platform, then we also have some business in digital media and entertainment, local services, payments, financial services, logistics, advertising, etc. as our like the branch business. So as our founder, Mr. Jack Ma once said, then we are not an e-commerce company. We are the company helping the global exporters to become a professional e-commerce company. And the meaning of it actually is much more important than we are an e-commerce company itself. So Alibaba.com, right now we are one of the world leading B2B e-commerce B2B marketplace. And then it's also the first business unit of Alibaba Group, founded in 1999. So actually this is the 23rd year of Alibaba.com. So right now on Alibaba.com, every day we have 26 million active buyers on Alibaba.com. So the active buyers, actually, it refers to the buyers who is like actively browsing our products, sending inquiries or messages to our suppliers. All right. So, but as for the suppliers, right now we have nearly 200,000 gold suppliers only, and they are from more than 40 industries. Our buyers and sellers, they are from more than 200 countries and regions. And on Alibaba.com, we supported 16 different languages. And every day, more than 400 active inquiries occurred on Alibaba.com. All right, so that would be a really high opportunity for our suppliers. If you are actively running your Alibaba.com store, then that would be not that difficult for you to receive the inquiries, because as for our star suppliers, so every month they would get like at least 3 inquiries when they are a star suppliers. And Alibaba.com as like a 23rd year business, then we also get some global reputation from some magazines and media. All right, so then we quickly enter into like the second part, like who is exactly buying some products on Alibaba.com, and like what is the industry insights on Alibaba.com. So first of all, we can look into like our majority of the buyers. So as for Alibaba.com, this figure is still last year. Then we have the big majority of our buyers, actually they are from the United States. And then the second one would be from India, Brazil, Mexico, Turkey, and etc. So actually our focus part would be in the North America, Europe, and some countries in Southeast Asia. And I also look into like the categories, like which kind of industry the buyers are browsing for. So the answer is also interesting, because like the buyers from the United States, actually they are more likely to look for some like products in apparel, beauty and personal care, and home and garden products on Alibaba.com. However, the customer from India, actually they are looking for some consumer electronics, machinery, and sport and entertainment on Alibaba.com. And so this is like a completely different picture from the buyers in the North America. Okay, and also on Alibaba.com, our active buyers number is also keep increasing from the last 3 years. So we have like a 400% growth on our quantity of active buyers, and our sellers also increased by 60%. But actually, this is also an increasing figure, because when we have more and more buyers on Alibaba.com, we don't have the enough seller on Alibaba.com to catch up with the demand from our increasing buyers. So that's why we urgently need more sellers with their premium products to be listed on Alibaba.com to fulfill like a supply and demand balance. Also on Alibaba.com, we have reached a 500% growth on our GMV, the gross merchandise value, in the last 3 years. And we also see the status is keep increasing sharply due to the COVID-19 impact, because when the people, they cannot fly to another country to participate in a exhibition for the B2B trading, or they cannot like not that easy to connect with their buyers or to their sellers, then the e-commerce platform and the digital platform, like the digital tools like Zoom or Microsoft Teams, actually that would be much important for our global trading. And we also have put a lot of efforts in like nurturing more and more buyers to come shopping on Alibaba.com. So we have our emphasis on like the United States, like in the Europe, like UK and like Germany, France, and also we also see an increasing number for our buyers from Australia, Canada, Russia, Mexico, and Brazil. And we have a dedicated team to nurturing this kind of buyers. So we also put a lot of like investment into like some Google ads, Facebook ads, and cooperating with other agencies to getting more buyers on Alibaba.com. And then we can also see this kind of figures. This slide is about like which supplier countries attract the most traffic. Then we compare their increasing rate, so that we can see like when more buyers come and like they prefer to buy the products from which kind of countries. All right, and the first the top increasing one would be the Germany. Like they increasing by like more than 700 the growth rate in the last 1 year. And then there would be the United Kingdom, Vietnam, and fortunately, and it's also happy to see that Malaysia is also one of the list. If the ranking would be like top 10, I would say, then the increasing rate would be like around 65% for attracting most of the traffic. So, which means our Malaysian sellers, actually our products quantity and reputation is also acknowledged by the global buyers. So they also prefer to buy the Malaysian products on Alibaba.com. And we still have a really rapid increasing rate, like around 65% in the last 1 year. Then we can look into like, actually, we know we have much more and more buyers on Alibaba.com, and now we need to know who are they. And then we also need to know what kind of industry they are looking for, right? Okay, so in this slide, in this section, then we can see who is the buyer exactly first and what is their demand. So in Alibaba.com, we have segmented our buyers into 5 categories. So the first one would be the trader, the sourcing center. Then the second one would be the wholesaler. The third one would be the factory production procurement. The fourth one would be online offline retailer. And then the fifth one would be the corporate purchasing for their internal self-use. And this is also an interesting figure. Then we witness a totally different picture after the COVID-19 happened, after the pandemic happens, is that like the online offline retailer, actually they have proved to be the top category, like the top buyer group on Alibaba.com from 20% before in 2020, and now the percentage is 42% in 2021 in Alibaba.com. So we can analyze like who are they. So they have their own. So they would like to take Alibaba.com as one of their sourcing channel, and to hit their terminal sales through their online local e-commerce platform or throughout their offline retail store in their countries. So they would purchase the products, like purchase the stock from Alibaba.com and to do the resale on their local market. So their target is to hit a business quick sales. And then so their demand, it would be like the product must need to be easy to sell, and they need we need to provide the real MOQ, so that because they most of them are the SME, like they only have a 3 to 5 year experience of like running their business, so they don't have a lot of cash flow, and they need to have a quick win on their product. And after they sell out their products, then they would just repurchase on Alibaba.com. We can also see the repurchase, the replying rate actually is quite high for this group of buyers. So the main category actually they are looking for would be like apparel, cheesy products, and toys. And also food and beverage, I would say, is one of the really important category for this kind of online offline retailer. And we also do a small survey with our interviewees, with our buyers, like actually whether they need some customization when they are buying, like making a B2B deal on Alibaba.com. And around 35% of the interview is actually they don't need any customization, and around 28% of the buyers actually they would just need a minor customization, like changing the color, changing the flavors or materials or something like that. So that actually I would say in most cases then the buyers would just take the products in our suppliers catalog and don't need so many customization. And we also ask them what is their main sourcing channel when they are doing like the a B2B sourcing globally. So Alibaba.com is chosen by 63% of the interviewee as one of their main sourcing channel. And then and the percentage actually is much higher than the other platforms like Google, Yahoo, and Amazon. All right, so we already know who are the buyers, then we can know like actually what kind of industry they prefer to buy and which industry is with most opportunity on Alibaba.com. So in this picture, actually this is like the main page on Alibaba.com. So it listed all of our categories and industry. So as I mentioned when answering the question, actually only if you are selling a product which is allowed to sell, it's not like illegal product, then you are able to sell it on Alibaba.com, and you will find the right place and right industry to reach your global buyer. And then this is the slide to sharing about like what is the top 20 markets. And actually this is similar to the picture I shared before, like the top one would be the United States and then India. So this is a more detailed one. And then we can look into the top category. So actually the food and beverage is the most popular category on Alibaba.com, I would say. So with most buyers to looking for this kind of product, and that would be the agriculture, beauty and personal care, apparel, consumer electronic, and followed by some other categories. And actually, I have to say food and beverage, agriculture, beauty and personal care, I think is our Malaysia advantage industry, because I can see first of all, we have the most customer, they are from this three industry. And then the second one, for this three industry, our suppliers from this three industry, actually, they are more likely to get a good effect and can obtain many inquiries on Alibaba.com. So actually, I think the conversion rate is also not low for our Malaysian seller in these three categories. So this is a really good result for our Malaysian seller. And we can also compare to like the industry, the categories they are growing rate. So we have the highest growing rate that would be like apparel, consumer electronic, beauty and personal care, sport entertainment, auto parts, furniture, food and beverage, and agriculture on Alibaba.com. And this growing rate is comparing about the active buyers year-on-year growth rate. So that like we can see actually during the last 2 years, then the active buyers looking for this kind of categories are already double or even triple. And last but not least, then we can see how Alibaba.com would support for our seller, and then we can have our inquiries from Alibaba.com. So I would say when we are reaching a deal for our suppliers on Alibaba.com, then the effort must be from Alibaba.com and from our seller itself. Because Alibaba.com will provide a platform, and our mission is to attract as many buyers as we can to shop on Alibaba.com. And then whether we can compete with the other sellers, or whether we are able to sell out our products and to make a deal, and this kind of effort would be from our seller itself. So that this is also tips from like how Alibaba.com would support and how our seller should do on Alibaba.com. All right, so this is the slide I shared before. So we have a dedicated team for our buyer acquisition. So actually we are paying a lot of investment on this so that we can ensure like this is like a water tap, and then we can ensure like we have enough buyers to shop on Alibaba.com. And then we would also do some workload on platform awareness and public relation, so that we will also cooperate with some media and with some agencies to like get some awards or reputation, so that we can have the brand awareness to the public. And we will also have some KOL endorsement on Alibaba.com, so that like more and more buyers, they know Alibaba.com is a trustworthy platform, and we are also a experienced platform. Is also like one of the world's leading B2B e-commerce platform. And we will also have some like television commercial shooting on for Alibaba.com, so that we will also ask some buyers to share their voice, so that they would be like convincing for other buyers to shop on Alibaba.com. Okay, and as for our seller side, like as a supplier, how can we obtain the inquiries and orders? So that this is a B2B sales funnel. We conclude this kind of funnel. Like this is actually is similar to when we are having a store offline. So first of all, we need to have the views. We need to establish our store, and when the buyers they see our store, then they would walk into our store and pick up our products. That would be views. And walk into our store, that would be views. And then when we pick up our products to have a look, then that would be clicks on the e-commerce platform. And then when they have some questions, or have some the quantity questions, or the pricing concerns, then they would turn to our shop assistant or the shop owner. Then that would be inquiries. And then when we reach the deal to reach the to commit on the lead time, and then that would be the orders stage and to make the payments. So that actually this is also the same on Alibaba.com. And on Alibaba.com, we have the organic traffic, the paid traffic, and the centralized scenario traffic. The organic traffic is that we don't do anything, and we wait for the customer to put up the inquiries by themselves. And then the paid traffic is about the keyword advertising on Alibaba.com, and it's charged cost per click. And then last but not least, we have the centralized scenario traffic. This is like when we have a campaign of this kind of shopping malls, and we would invite the every stores to participate in this kind of campaigns or activities, so that we have some extra exposure to our buyers. And our tips to increase the organic views would be like the accurate keywords and product name, because like this is the basic for the customer, for the buyers. They can find the right product. And then the second one would be the number of the premium product, because we encourage our sellers to have as many products as we can, because when we are opening a store, then we have, like, for example, one store they have 100 SKU and the other one would have 1 SKU. Then I think most of the buyers, they would look to, they would prefer to go into the store with 100 SKU because they can shop like the products as they want in one store only. Yeah, so they don't need to like turn to so many stores. And then the third tips would be like the product information score, like would be like pictures, videos, and the accurate pricing, MOQ, and something like that. And then the fourth one would be the star supplier. So we have a star supplier system on Alibaba.com. So when you reach like a qualified supplier, then we would grant you 1 star or 2 star and above, so that when a buyer, they see you are a star supplier, then they would feel trustworthy for this kind of supplier. And as for the paid traffic, then that would be the ads on Alibaba.com. So we have the paid set called premium sponsor ads. This is like more or less branding ads. And then the second one would be the keyword ads. So that this is a keyword advertising. And so when you bid on these keywords, then when the buyers, they are searching for these keywords, then your product would pop up above the organic searching results. So that and only when the buyer click on your advertisement, then it will only charge from your account balance. And then the third one would be like the centralized scenario traffic. As I mentioned, like Alibaba.com, actually we are holding this kind of events like by every month or every 2 months. And the most important exhibition, that would be like the Super September and March Expo. And under these 2 events, then we have the peakest traffic on Alibaba.com, and all of the traffic and transactions would reach a peak. So this is like how the platform would support our sellers. And then, and for our sellers, what kind of tools we can obtain more inquiries? So like all in the past, then, and also like the other e-commerce platform, then we would have our inquiries from like a passive way, like waiting for the customer to search for the keywords, to search for our products, and then we have to compete with all of the other competitors, so that like the customer can browsing like from the first page to the second page and click into our product detail page. So this is like the traditional way all of the e-commerce platform they are using. And then on Alibaba.com, we have another second way that would call the RFQ. It's also like Alicia and Nicole mentioned before, like we have the RFQ Market. So our buyer, when they are looking for a product and looking for a quotation, then they would just post what kind of products they are looking for and what requirements they have and what is the pricing they are expecting. So our suppliers, actually, we can look into their request for quotations every day and to make an actively quotation to them. So we can to browse on this kind of RFQ market and to reach the buyer proactively. And then the third way would be like the online trade show, and this is like the scenario traffic we mentioned before. So on Alibaba.com, we have third way to obtain the inquiries. So from the passive way, waiting for the customer to reach us, and then the second one would be we reach the customer proactively, and then the third way would be like we participate in the online trade show. And within Alibaba.com, we also support for some like short video, live streaming, and also some in-app messages like the Ali supplier can, so that you can connect with your buyers with your smartphone like 24/7. And on Alibaba.com, we would also support you for like a storefront, so that our channel partner, Trinity, they would help you to decorate your store. And we also support you for the Ali supplier apps for free. And on your portal at my Alibaba.com, the backend, you can also see the data, the figures, like every day, how many visitors and how many active buyers, how many inquiries we receive, and all of the data that would be like, could be be viewed on your portal. So that this kind of data, we would also have like a systematic analysis and support for you, so that you can just refer to the store performance, and then our consultant in Trinity would also provide you some suggestions and advice and optimization tips. Last but not least, Alibaba.com, we would also have a serious e-commerce training course for our members every month, so that the training course would also from basic to advanced, so that no matter which stage you are like a newcomer on the e-commerce platform, or you already experienced in the other e-commerce platform, then you will have your right training course on Alibaba.com to improve your knowledge and keep learning, and to also like listening to the sharing from some other sellers like Nicole and Alicia, to know like how the others is running their business on Alibaba.com. All right, and this is my last slide, and this is about the analysis about for the global internet population. So for the global internet population right now, it's already reached 4.3 billion, and it accounts for 57% of the total global population in the world, and the annual growth rate is 5%. So we already see 1/4 of the population born after 1995. The 4.3 billion, amount of them, 1/4 of the global internet population, they are born after 1995. And we can expect and imagine and predict, actually in 10 years, the people born after 2000, they would lead the global consumption pattern. So we cannot imagine like the children born after 2000 or born after 2010, like when they were born, they already know, they already have smartphone, they already knew, okay, when I need to buy one thing, then I don't need to go outside. I can just like make the orders by my smartphone, and the products, my orders would be delivered to the door of my house. And then they already know, actually they already get used to like the e-commerce consumption pattern. So that we cannot say e-commerce would completely replace our traditional business, but it would be like an inevitable way for all of the business runner, the business owner. When we are going to do the business, then the e-commerce is an inevitable topic, an inevitable way for our business, so that the world is keep changing from time to time. And then e-commerce is one. If e-commerce is one thing we must do, then why should we keep waiting and not start earlier? Because the e-commerce era has already arrived, from my point of view. And thank you so much for your listening to my presentation, and thank you so much for coming over to our webinar today. And as our Alibaba.com slogan, then hopefully throughout Alibaba.com, the world would getting smaller for you, and your business would getting bigger on Alibaba.com. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Andrew, for the sharing. So now is our Q&A section. If you have any questions, drop them in the Q&A section box below. So I can see there's some few questions there. So I'll be point out one by one. So this is question from Shatika Friend. So if let's say I want to sell chemicals, commodities, and special blended products on Alibaba.com, do I need to provide all the relevant supporting document, example MSCS, to Alibaba.com as well? And how would the export shipping be handled? Is it by the seller, or will Alibaba assist? So to continue the previous question, who will bear the shipping cost? I think this will be Andrew.
Okay. So thank you so much for your question. So for example, if you are selling like the chemicals, and actually you don't have to upload your certificates and all of the documents on Alibaba.com, because we are just a platform, and all you need to show is to your buyers instead of Alibaba.com. However, if you have this kind of documents, then actually it's encouraged to upload an Alibaba.com platform, because we would help you to show when the customer is browsing your store, so that when they are looking over your product details, then they already saw your documents. They don't have to like ask you for the documents, and you would be like a better choice if they are looking for like different store. Then like if one is with the documents and the other is without, then I think they would definitely turn to the one which is already showing them the documents first. All right, and how Alibaba.com would assist on your shipping. As for Malaysia, actually we have cooperating with two shipping agency, like the logistic partner in Malaysia, so that actually we can we advise you to cooperating with them, so that because they also familiar with like Alibaba.com portal, and they know how to handle all of these things, like what kind of certificate, how to do the custom clearance or something like that, so that they would just provide you a perfect solution for exporting your products. And this is not charging by Alibaba.com, it's just charged by the logistic partner. But as for the shipping cost, like who is burden the shipping cost, like is it the seller or the buyer? And actually this is based on your communication when you are discussing your pricing and quotation to your buyer. So who is bearing the shipping cost? Then that would be either the seller or the buyer. And then and this is also one more of the good news, is that like Alibaba.com, actually we have already cooperating with the shipping company, so that after the agency, then like we are running the shipping company, so that you can understand, like we are running the shipping company. Actually we have the cooperating with them, so because like the shipping, like the logistic is really tight before, and then now if you have the products shipped to America or shipped to like the Europe, let's say, then we have a lock vacancy. This is for Alibaba.com clients only, so that would be much more convenient for our customer from Malaysia. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for your answer. I hope Satika, Prem, Andrew did answer your question as well. So another question is from HM Lee. May I know the status of buyers searching for industrial machinery and customized processing tools and dies in Alibaba.com? So I think this question is for Andrew also.
Yes, actually, because we have so many industry, and every industry, actually we also have an analysis report and with the detailed figures, because like as far as I know, actually the industry machinery is quite popular for our Malaysian sellers on Alibaba.com. It's also one of our best selling industry from our Malaysian seller. So that this I remember, this is quite doing well. And as for like the customized processing tools, then this I don't have so many impression. So for your question, then I suggest you to leave your contact information in our chat box or in our Q&A box. Then our consultant in Trinity, then they will reach you and to send you the industry report for more details and figures, so that you can know like how your industry is performing like good on Alibaba.com, and like what is the opportunity. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Andrew. And then I will be taking the last question. I think this is for Nicole and Alicia. It's from HG Chia. So any tips to share to handle sample inquiry from buyers? So I think Nicole will take it first.
Mr. Chia, is it? So basically, it really depends on your buyer preference. But to me, it's because to hit it right the first time is very important. So for me, I would answer my inquiry in a very direct way. Whatever the buyer wants. For example, mostly a buyer wants to know the price. So I will just give him or her the price directly in the first place. So usually when the buyer has shown interest, the buyer will keep on asking further questions. As well as you as a seller, in order to see the sincerity and the genuinity of the buyer, you can also continue to ask questions after you reply them with your quotation. That's my answer.
Right. Then how about Alicia? Do you have any tips on that?
Generally, like when they request the sample, right? They are okay with the price lah. So they just want to check whether the quality or anything tastes suitable for them or not. So normally we provide the free sample. Small amount is around 50 gram or 100 gram for them, but the buyer have to bear the courier fee. Yeah, so that show their sincerity also lah. We pay for the sample, they pay for the courier. Yeah, it's not fair if we pay for the courier, because I tried it last time. So I pay for the courier, but after that the buyer is like disappeared, no reply at all. Yeah, it's better we pay for the sample, they pay for the courier. So half.
All right. Thank you for both of your answer, Alicia and Nicole. So once again, if you didn't get to your answer, or I believe that today's audience was a little bit shy, so no worry, we will go to the breakout room later. You all can ask our consultant later. So if let's say you are not able to join the breakout room, our consultant will get in touch with you later to answer your inquiry lah. Okay, so thank you again for Alicia, Andrew, and Nicole. So now we will be entering our breakout room session to announce a special promotion package for all of you who joined today. So see you all in the breakout room. Thanks again for Nicole, Alicia, and Andrew. Thank you. All right.